On a hot summer afternoon, a plate of cool curd rice coupled with Vadu Mangai is heavenly. It's one of my most favorite dishes during summertime. Vadu Mangai is popularly called as Maavadu or Kadugu Manga and is extremely popular especially in Kerala and Tamilnadu. What is Vadu Mangai and how is this pickle prepared? Come join me. Namaskaram. I'm Sujata, an educator in biology and environmental science, a health and wellness consultant, and your host on Munch Mull. Vadu Mangai Chothai Ilukkum. Those who are familiar with Tamil or Malayalam will definitely know the meaning of this phrase. If yes, put it in the comment section below. So, what is Vadu Mangai? It is a pickle made with tender, raw, baby mangoes. One very important aspect of the size of Vadu Mangai is that they need to be plucked from the mango tree within 2 to 3 weeks when they are of this size. The timing cannot be delayed. I have such fond memories of Vadu Mangai pickle during my childhood. I grew up in Pune and we had this huge mango tree in our backyard, and Appa used to diligently climb our mango tree to pluck the Vadu Mangai with great care because it needs to be plucked with that little stem intact. And we used to go and distribute it to all our South Indian neighbors who used to wait for these raw baby mangoes to prepare the pickle. The process of converting these raw baby mangoes to Vadu Mangai is extremely simple provided certain basic precautions are taken. Come, join me in preparing this season's Vadu Mangai. So now I have washed the mangoes thoroughly with water, and now I will just spread it on a piece of cotton cloth so that all the moisture gets absorbed. A very important point is that while making Vadu Mangai, there should be absolutely no moisture or water drops on the mangoes. You can even close the cloth like this and dry it. Each and every baby mango should be dry, and of course your hands should be clean. We'll just spread this and put it under the fan for about half an hour. So now these baby raw mangoes are dry. Let's start making the pickle. So the first step in making the Vadu Mangai is to measure the quantity by volume of the baby raw mangoes. So let's do that. I'm using this cup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's look at the ingredients to prepare our Vadu Mangai pickle. As I said, baby raw mangoes, salt, red chili powder and mustard powder. Coming to the proportions, baby mangoes, this is the cup that I have measured. For 8 cups of raw mangoes, 1 cup of salt, 1 cup of red chili powder and 1/4 cup of mustard powder. Now we have measured 6 cups of baby mangoes. So for 6 cups, I have taken 3/4 cup of salt. I have taken Himalayan pink salt. You can take whichever salt you have. 3/4 cup of red chili powder. If you use Kashmiri chili powder, you will get a brighter color. And 1/4 cup of mustard powder, which I have not changed the quantity. Now the first step in preparing the pickle is to add salt, and we will be using the chili powder and the mustard powder after a few days once there is water in the pickle generated by the mango because we have put salt. So now let me add this 3/4 cup of salt for 6 cups of mango. You can use any cup but keep the cup same when you measure. You can see that the salt is settled at the bottom. In a day or two this will liquefy. Alternatively, when the quantity of raw mango is large, you can put a layer of salt, second layer of mangoes, again third layer of salt, fourth layer of mangoes. This method is suitable when the quantity is large. Now, just give it a mix. Within a day or two, there will be water. So it becomes easier to mix. So the first day, this is all we need to do. We've added salt, and see that you mix this salt with the mango 2 to 3 times in a day. Now we'll just leave it like this, and that's all we need to do for the first day. So now it's almost 5 hours since I've put the salt. Let's open this. Can you see the water drops on these tiny little mangoes? So just let me give a stir. As I said, in a day, stir it 2 to 3 times. See, already waters begin to ooze out. You can sense the wetness. The salt has become wet. So we've mixed this. So again we will close this. So now it's almost 20 hours since I have put salt on the baby mangoes. So wet, and there's water. Can you see this water? It's come from the baby mangoes. See the water? So let's just stir this. Now slowly what will happen is the mangoes will start shrinking, and texture wise it's become soft. So now we will close this again and keep and give a stir in the evening. So here it's almost 30 hours now. So much water has come out from the baby mangoes. The volume of the mangoes has shrunk, and if you touch it, it's become soft. I can press this. So just give this a stir. The color of the mango is changed. What an aroma! The mango aroma. This is almost 2 days or 48 hours since we put the salt. See how the baby mangoes have shrunk. See this? They've shriveled. A few mangoes still needs to happen, but most of them have shrunk. And see the amount of water that has come out. Now, those with a science background, can you put it in the comment section of what process has happened here? I'll give you a clue. The baby mangoes have been put in a hypertonic solution. That is, the outside concentration of salt is much higher than the inside concentration. And so what process has happened? Come on, I'm looking forward for your answers in the comment section. This scientific process that is happening has also got relevance in the way we cook food, which we will discuss in the Mull Point later on. So now, at this stage when there's so much of water which is leached out, we will be adding our chili powder and mustard powder. Let us give this a good mix. So for all practical purposes, the process of preparing the Vadu Mangai or Kadugu manga is over. Now we just have to wait for a few more days till all this is kind of absorbed. The flavors are absorbed by the baby mango. And you'll also see that this water will thicken up in another 1 or 2 days. What an aroma! I'm just waiting to grab my plate of curd rice to be had with this freshly prepared Vadu manga. Let this be like this. As usual, we will stir it twice a day, and we will see how it looks in another 2 days. So here, let's see how our Vadu Mangai pickle is. Today, 5 days are over. So this is the 6th day. See, Vadu mangas or baby mangas have shrunk. The water has been released, and see how liquid it has become now. So now this Vadu Mangai pickle is ready. So now I'm transferring the Vadu Mangai pickle to glass containers. And isn't it surprising? The entire water is come from the baby mango. Not a drop of water has been added. What an aroma of the Vadu Mangai. Finally they are ready, and I'm looking to relish them with my curd rice this summer. Remember, I asked you a question as to what process was happening that drew the water out from the baby mangoes. The answer is exosmosis. Now, what on earth is exosmosis? What's the significance of this process of exosmosis in our day-to-day cooking? Isn't that worth mulling over? Come. Now, what on earth is exosmosis? So here's the biology teacher explaining it. The movement of water from its region of low salt concentration to its region of high salt concentration. What does that mean? There was low salt inside the mango and there was water inside the mango. Now we have dipped the mango in a salt solution, or we've sprinkled salt. So the concentration of salt is high on the outside. That is a hypertonic solution. So the water moves from inside the mango to a region of high salt concentration, that is outside, and that's the process through which we got the mango water out. Now, what's the significance of this process of exosmosis in our day-to-day cooking? In my day-to-day regular cooking, where I'm making dal and sambar or cooking vegetables, I generally tend to add salt at a much later stage towards the end. Why is that? If I add salt in the beginning, what happens is it draws out the water from the vegetable, and this water has nutrients also in it. And so this water tends to evaporate and there is a lot of nutrient loss. And that is why it is best to add salt towards the end of the cooking process. Another reason is that if you want your vegetables slightly crispy and crunchy, then it is always better to add salt at a later point of time, because salt also tends to break down the cell walls of the plant cells, and so they get softer and mushier. Another interesting fact is that when you add salt to water, it tends to increase its boiling point. So especially when you are trying to steam your vegetables and you're adding salt at the beginning, it takes a much longer time for water to get converted into steam, and in the process your vegetables may get overcooked. That's science. But in certain processes of cooking where you have a need to marinate your vegetables with salt and other spices, in those conditions you can definitely add salt at the initial stage itself. So, how many of you are inspired to make Vadu Manga at home and enjoy this summer? Also, did you have an aha moment to learn about when to add salt during cooking? Salt fundas? Wasn't this information interesting? And if you found it interesting and informative, you obviously know what to do. Press that like button and of course share it with your friends and relatives. And if you've not subscribed until now, that's not fair. It's high time.
Hey, have you subscribed to Munch Mull? Do click on the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive notifications of my newest videos uploaded every Saturday.